welcome back to the Single Besties Podcast. It is me, Montana Duran. I'm so glad you're here. Today you're in for a treat. It is spooky season. Spooky season is approaching us. One of the first viral videos I ever had was about when I got ghosted. So that's just like the story of my life. Even though it has been a minute since I've been ghosted, I know how bad it sucks. And not everyone can just make a joke about it and post it online. So this episode is all about how to handle it, what it is, what it means, and what to do if you have been ghosted recently, or, I hope it never happens to you, but you can put this one in your pocket for a rainy day in case it does ever happen to you. So spooky season is upon us. I'm going to give you guys a backstory. So since we're besties, I'll share this story with you. I have been dating this guy for like 3 months at this time. This was back in Atlanta. Yeah. And I really thought this man was my husband. Like, we were like just getting along so great. I was like, oh my God, we're gonna get married and have beautiful babies, like as one does. And it was a really big deal because I love Lainey, the band Lainey. Like, they have got me through some dark times, and my two good friends were going, and they invited me to go, and they're like, bring your man, bring your new man. Like, I had been just hyping this man up as one does. Like, I was hyping him up. And so he had paid for everything up until then. So I was like, if I buy us tickets to this concert, like, would you want to go? And this was like right after my car accident, guys. So if you've been following for a long time, you know I got into a really bad car accident and had like no money. So like I spent my last dollar on these freaking concert tickets. So like the day of the concert comes, we're talking all day, like nothing's wrong, like everything's good, we're so in love. He can't wait to come to the concert and meet my friends. So we're gonna meet at the concert because it was closer to me. He lived further away, so we were gonna meet there. And like I'm texting him like normal. We've been texting all day. I'm like, I'm on my way, can't wait to see you. So like we get there, and then I text him like, I'm here. Then I call him because I'm like, what's going on? Like, what? He doesn't answer, and then proceeds to not answer ever again. So that was the big disappointment. It was so embarrassing, and it was also even more embarrassing because it's one thing to get ghosted and it's just you, but it's another thing to get ghosted and your friends were there like waiting to meet this man. You've been like, yeah, he's my future husband. Like, it's so embarrassing. But I just took it on the chin, went to Wendy's, got some chicken nuggets, and made a TikTok, and now we're here. So it happens to the best of us, and I just need you to know there are reasons why it happens. I'm not justifying it, but there are reasons. Just if you are experiencing something like this, or if you have experienced something like this, you kind of can't get over it, just know it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the other person. There are some reasons. Some people are conflict avoidant. I find myself to be a conflict avoidant person. That's why I've stayed in relationships longer than I have, but some people are conflict avoidant and they'd rather just ghost instead of dealing with it, which I don't recommend. I think it's way more hurtful. What it does have, it's that other person doesn't want to have the conflict. They don't know how you're going to react. They don't like to disappoint people, but so they'd rather just avoid it than face it head on. When the more mature and emotionally intelligent thing to do is to have the conversation. And then the second reason, which is mostly always the reason, is emotional immaturity. They have no emotional intelligence. They don't know how to, maybe they are liking you and feeling you. They don't know what to do. They have a hard time getting close to people. But they're just really emotionally immature and can't handle just a conversation. Be like, hey, like, yeah, we did go out for these past few dates, but I'm just like not feeling it, or I'm not in a space. They don't have the emotional intelligence to get up and tell you they're not feeling it. So always, always, always remember, it has everything to do with the other person and nothing to do with you. You didn't do anything wrong. I mean, unless you were texting them 75 times and they didn't answer, that might be like a little cuckoo. Don't do that, but but it has everything to do with the other person and the stuff that they're dealing with internally. It has nothing to do with you and your worth. You are worth the real thing. And honestly, them doing this for you is probably a favor. Like, they're doing you a favor. They're not wasting your time. Is it rude to never talk to someone again? Yes, but be glad they're doing it after a couple dates versus you guys are 7, 8, 9, 10 months down the line and it's happening. So what do you do once you've been ghosted? It's not a fun feeling. I've been there. First of all, you need to know you're not alone. This happens all the time. It's happened to super, super famous people, my friends. It happens to everyone. Everyone has been there at least once in their life. It hurts your ego. It hurts everything. You wonder, you find yourself questioning everything. You go back, you replay. So here's what you're gonna do. There's 4 steps, but I know you're probably spiraling, and if you've been in the situation, you know it. Like, you're spiraling, you're out of control. You're like, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? You're going crazy. I need you to take a step back. Let yourself be in your feelings. Let yourself be in your feelings. It's okay. That's the first step. But don't take it personally. It was not you. It was nothing you did. It is always a reflection of the other person. So take that time. Take the amount of time that you need to process, to work through this. But just know that it was not your fault. Give yourself, do a little bit of extra self-care. Give yourself the appropriate amount of time, but put a time limit on it, because it's okay to feel not okay, but it's not okay to stay that way. So give yourself some time, give yourself some grace. Number 2, resist the urge to stalk. This is especially true if they've ghosted you, but they're still watching your Instagram within the first 30 seconds. It's literally infuriating. Like, there is no worse feeling. It's infuriating. Resist the urge to stalk. I recommend just like removing them from the page. Everyone's different. I'm not saying like block them, do it in a toxic way, but they're literally ghosting you. You don't know what they're going through, but they're making themselves known on your Instagram. It's annoying. It's annoying. I suggest resisting the urge to stalk, resisting the urge to check in on them. Be like, oh, you can't text me back, but you're at the freaking mall. What are you doing? It's annoying, I know, but resist the urge to stalk. Focus on yourself. It always comes back to focus on you. Don't be just posting things to see if they watch it. That's a game that we've all played. Stop. Stop. Live your life. Don't worry about who's watching your Instagram story. And know that closure isn't an option. It sucks, but sometimes closure is not an option. And this is the reality. That is your closure. The ghosting is a closure, and you have to learn to accept, to be okay with not having the final word, not having that closure that you would want. It's a respect thing, and that's why it hurts the ego, because it's like, okay, if you don't want to talk to me, just tell me. But some people just can't do that, so they'd rather just like not talk to you, because that's how they solve problems. It'll get them far in life, I'm sure. It's okay. Closure's not always an option, and that's okay. Be so okay with yourself that you're okay that you don't have the closure. And then the 4th and final, which I've kind of been sprinkling this in throughout, is to focus on yourself. Focus on your next move. That's why it's okay to give yourself that appropriate amount of time to grieve and be in your feelings and be upset and be mad. But surround yourself with the community that you do have, with the people that do love you, with the people that were there for you before, during, and will be there for you after the situation that has happened. You have to take that heart ache, pain, ego bruise, and focus on yourself. Love yourself a little extra harder. Do some extra things for yourself. Be there for yourself. Be kind to yourself. Whatever you would say to a friend, say to yourself in this time, because it sucks. It's not a fun feeling. Even though it's happened to other people and it happens all the time, it's not fun. It sucks. You've invested time with someone. You've done things with people, you've made memories, you've had a couple dates, you were excited, and it's okay to be disappointed, but it's not okay to stay that way. So take extra time to focus on yourself and the things that you love. Do a self-care day. Go get your nails done. Go get your hair blown out. Get a blowout. Go hang out with your friends. Do something that brings you joy. Journal about it and try to let it go, and know in your soul that it was more about that other person than it was about you. So as spooky season is approaching, we have these summer flings that might be coming to an end. The holidays are coming, and I hate to say it, holidays are when a lot of breakups happen around Halloween, because you're getting into Thanksgiving, then Christmas, Valentine's. Holidays are a lot of times where people get ghosted. So keep yourself safe during this spooky season. I love you. I mean it. Bye.